In this video, we're going to make a quick introduction of Media Bay. Now, we won't go into detail for now. We'll just cover some basic functions so that we can use Media Bay and its audio samples in our chapter about audio editing. Later on, in some upcoming chapters, we will work more with Media Bay. We will also create some music, so you will be able to find out more about it. To activate Media Bay, we should go here to the right zone. So if I activate right zone, I should go to Media tab. And I get these options in the beginning. The first one is all of my VST instruments. So if I click on it, I get the list of all of my virtual instruments I have in my Cubase. We can just go back on this arrow here. And then let's see the next one, VST effects. Again, all of the same VST effects we had on our insert channel. Then we have loops and samples, and that's the thing which is the most important for this category. If I click on it, I get a bunch of different presets that come originally with Cubase. So I don't know, let's go down here to this house, for example, preset. And instantly you can choose different categories. Would you like some beats, clap, and so on? Let's go to some, let's say, synth bass. I can use a style. Now I'm being offered only one. And I can select, let's say, loops. I want only loops. And now all of the loops with synth bass are being listed here. I can scroll through it. And this is the sign for audio sample. Now here, up here, when it says all media types, I can select what types of files do I want to see. If I check all media types, I uncheck everything. I click on the side. I automatically get audio files. But let's say if I say only audio files or only MIDI loops, MIDI files, for example, no MIDI files in this pack, so I can see any. I will just click all media files. And now the next thing that I can see in a sample is when I look at it and I click on it, I can play it. Now here, there are some transport controls, play and stop and pause. And I also get some information. Let's make this wider. Let's drag it. Okay, I can't drag it anymore. This is it. I can see what's the tempo of the sample. So it's 125 beats per minute. And what key is it in? Now, in order to play the sample when just clicking on it, like this, you need to have these options here checked. See these three options in the lower right. Let me disable all of it. The first one says autoplay. So if I have it turned off, when I click on a sample, nothing happens. If I click on it, I can play these different samples. Now, the next cool thing is these two features are very, very cool when inserting these samples. I can align beats to project. So as I can see, this track here is 125 beats per minute. And my tempo is, let me turn on transport bar on F2 here so you can see it better. My tempo here is 120, so lower than this one. And if I click align, it will automatically redefine these samples and align it according to my tempo. So it will stretch samples in a way that it fits my tempo. Now to import a sample, I can just click on it and drag it to my project window. Now let me place it to the first one. And if I play it, see, it's aligned to click. Now, even though the tempo was higher, now keep in mind that some of these samples will work well with this tempo, some of these won't. My suggestion is to not go too far from the tempo. Again, some samples will work even if the tempo difference is 50, but some won't. And you know, just you cannot make the magic happen. But just, you know, listen to it and you see, okay, this one can work when it's being stretched so much. It sounds natural. So let's see if I change the tempo here and I go 150. The cool thing is this sample is being stretched even here in the project window. If I go 1, my click is on. See, it's in tempo. Now, if you want to change its loudness, you can change its gain. You can just click on the hover the audio track on the square here and drag it down, and I can make it quieter. If I play it again, see, it's a bit quieter. One more thing that I would like to mention here before we continue to the third option down here in the media bay, called wait for project to play. We were talking about align beats to project, and one thing I didn't mention is if I double click on this audio sample, audio editor opens up. Now we will talk more in detail about audio editor in the upcoming videos, but let's just check out one option for now. Let me just move this. I will press F2 to remove my transport bar. And the thing that allows us to do this thing here, align beats to project, is this option here called musical mode. So when we click align beats, musical mode is on, and musical mode sets everything in tempo that we have typed in. And if I turn off musical mode, and if I go back and play the sample, now it will change, it will go back to the original tempo, 125. So let's play it. So now musical mode is not working, so it's playing its original tempo as it was in the beginning. Just keep that thing in mind, and this is what musical mode does. Every time it's on, it aligns it to tempo, off, sample plays at its original tempo. We will discuss about all of these other options in the upcoming videos, so let me just turn off the lower zone and remove the audio editor. Okay, and the next thing in our lower controls here, so we had plate, we had align beats, and we have wait for project to play. So let me delete this one. And let's say I want to, I don't know, let's input this bass here. Now, let's say that I want to add another element to test it, how it works with this one being played. I can just go to different, let's go to, for example, this one here. And let's go to some loops. Do I have any audio loops in here? Not this one. Okay, let's go back, and let's go back here to house and drum loop. Okay, why not? Now, if I go here and I say wait for project play, I will make these two play together. So when I press play, I will have this sample stretched to this tempo, and I will have it play together. So just press play here. And see, magic happens. The second sample is also being stretched according to this tempo here, and it's waiting for this one to play. So when I play it, it just plays it together. Okay, some awesome features from Media Bay and exploring audio samples. Let's just quickly do an overview of the rest of the options here. So we have some presets here. When I click on it, you get some track presets, some MIDI patterns. Now again, more about these in the upcoming sections, but here every track has a certain set of presets, so that means that certain mixing plugins and EQs can be automatically added to a track. So if I go to any of these, and let's say I have some of these presets, I click, let's say, acoustic bass, bright, whatever, I get this preset called 80s chorus. If I click on it and I drag it to my track, see, until this arrow shows up, so that it's going on this track. And I release my left click. If I open edit channel, see this, that some plugins are being added, and sometimes some EQ, not the case with this one, but sometimes it adds some EQ. So it can add you a certain preset to get a certain sound. So we can just drag it from Media Bay, also a nice feature to have. And there are also some user presets. If you save some presets, track presets, or loops, MIDI patterns, you can save it here. And also there's a feature file browser. This is where I can access all of my media audio samples. So let's click on it. And these are the things I have on my hard drive. So for example, I have some samples here. I can just play it. So these are some of my samples I possess on my computer. And you can have some favorites here marked as well. And this would be it about Media Bay and its basic overview. So now let's play with these samples and let's try to use it in our audio editing options and explore what are capabilities of Cubase in audio editing.